There is a certain magic in this moment that often goes unnoticed, a silent truth that speaks to our inner selves. The world around us may be chaotic, full of distractions, obligations, and expectations, yet in this moment, there is a stillness, a deep resonance that calls for our attention. When we allow ourselves to pause and be present, we can feel this subtle, yet powerful force guiding us. It is an invitation to trust in the now and appreciate exactly where we stand in this moment. The idea that we are exactly where we are meant to be can be comforting, but also challenging. It calls us to let go of our need for control and accept that the universe has a plan, one that is unfolding perfectly, even if it does not align with our personal desires. Perhaps we had different expectations of where we should be, but this moment, with all its imperfections, holds meaning. When we learn to fully accept it, we can find peace in knowing that we have not strayed from our path. It is natural to have doubts and wonder whether we have made the right choices. Often, we question whether we have strayed too far from the life we envisioned. But these doubts are part of the journey and necessary for our growth. Every moment of uncertainty is an opportunity to reflect, recalibrate, and move forward with renewed clarity. Instead of fighting these feelings, embracing them can help us reconnect with our deeper truth and trust in the unfolding process before us. Every decision, every twist in life has brought us to where we stand today. Even the choices that seemed insignificant or misguided were steps that contributed to our growth. Sometimes, we only realize in hindsight how each of these moments, no matter how small they seemed, served a purpose. Trusting the path means understanding that nothing is wasted and that everything happens for a reason, even if we cannot see it in the moment. The setbacks and challenges of life can seem discouraging, especially when they throw us off our planned course. But these setbacks often serve a greater purpose that is not immediately obvious. The hardships we experience teach us resilience, patience, and the importance of letting go of expectations. What may appear as a detour is often a necessary reroute, leading us to opportunities and growth we never expected. It is easy to compare ourselves to others and feel like we are falling behind when those around us appear successful. This tendency to compare can cloud our judgment and make us believe we have failed. But trusting the path means recognizing that each of us is on a unique journey, and the successes of others do not diminish our progress. Life is not a competition, it is personal development, where our only true measure of success is our growth and understanding. We often live under the assumption that life follows a set timetable, that there is a specific sequence of events we must follow, from education to career to family. This illusion is reinforced by societal expectations, but it is exactly that, an illusion. Life is not a race with predetermined checkpoints. There is no one-size-fits-all path to success or fulfillment, and trying to fit into this mold can create unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. Every person has a unique journey, shaped by their individual experiences, choices, and the lessons they are meant to learn. While one person may reach their goals early in life, another may take a winding path, full of unexpected detours. This does not mean that one is more successful than the other. In fact, the diversity of our experiences enriches our understanding of life and of ourselves. What works for one person does not necessarily work for another, and that's perfectly fine. Rather than measuring ourselves against a universal timetable, we should focus on our own path and appreciate the uniqueness of our journey. By letting go of the need to meet societal expectations or deadlines, we can approach life with greater freedom. This allows us to embrace our growth at our own pace and trust that we will reach our goals at the right time, when we are truly ready for them. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and detours are inevitable. But these detours are not signs of failure. Instead, they are opportunities for growth, often providing us with experiences we never would have chosen for ourselves but that are essential for our personal development. These unexpected turns force us to adapt, learn new skills, and gain fresh perspectives that ultimately help us in the long run. Setbacks are often disguised lessons, challenging us to rethink our approach, reshape our mindset, and build resilience. While they can be frustrating, they are necessary for our continued growth. Without challenges, we would never be pushed out of our comfort zones or encouraged to dive deeper into our potential. By embracing these detours, we learn to see them not as obstacles, but as essential steps on the path to becoming the person we are meant to be. When we look back on our lives, we often realize that the times of greatest growth didn't come from periods of ease, but from moments of challenge and uncertainty. It is these detours that shape us, helping us develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In difficult moments, we find our strength, and when we overcome these obstacles, we recognize how capable we truly are. Just as the earth passes through seasons, so do we. There are times when we are in full bloom, reaching our goals effortlessly and gracefully, feeling like everything is falling into place. These are times of growth and abundance, where progress is visible, and our efforts are rewarded. In these moments, it is easy to feel in harmony and peace, but they are just one part of the life cycle. There are also seasons when we feel stagnant, lost, or uncertain about our direction. These are the phases of self-reflection and rest, much like winter, when the trees shed their leaves and the ground rests. It's easy to view these phases as failures or setbacks, but they are just as important as the growth phases. These times allow us to gather strength, reflect on our experiences, and prepare for the next phase of our journey. Instead of resisting these quieter phases, we should embrace them as they are, opportunities for deep inner growth. Just as the earth uses winter to renew its energy for the coming spring, we must respect the cycles of our lives. These periods of rest are not wasted time, but essential moments of renewal that prepare us for the growth ahead. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. Especially on social media, it often seems like everyone around us is achieving great things while we remain stagnant. But what we often forget is that we are only seeing a curated version of other people's lives. We compare our backstage with their highlights, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. The feeling of falling behind or being left out is a common experience, but it is based on the false perception that there is only one way to achieve success. In reality, each person's journey is different, and there is no universal timeline for achieving our goals. The idea that we must hit certain milestones by a specific age is a constructed societal concept that doesn't reflect the complexity of individual growth. By recognizing that your path unfolds in its own time, you can release the pressure to keep up with others and focus on your own progress. Your worth is not measured by how quickly you reach your goals, but by the depth of your experiences and the lessons you learn along the way. When you embrace your own unique journey, you can appreciate where you stand without feeling the need to compete with others. Growth often happens in ways that are not immediately visible. Like a seed growing beneath the soil, much of our personal development takes place in the invisible areas of our lives. These phases when we feel stagnant or uncertain are actually moments of preparation for breakthroughs we have yet to recognize. What feels like stagnation is often a time when we are gathering the strength and wisdom we need for the next phase of our journey. The challenges we face, which may feel like obstacles in the moment, are often what spark our transformation and lead us to the person we are meant to become. The timing of events in life can sometimes seem frustratingly unclear. We may wonder why things aren't happening as quickly as we wish, or why our plans are delayed. But there is a larger timing, a life rhythm, that we often don't recognize in the moment. The universe works on its own schedule, and even though we don't understand why certain detours or delays happen, they often turn out to be necessary for our growth. Without these pauses and setbacks, we might not be ready to seize the opportunities that lie ahead. To trust in this divine timing, we must release our desire to control every aspect of our lives. This doesn't mean we should be passive, but rather that we should learn to flow with the rhythm of life instead of fighting against it. Trusting that the universe has a plan for us, one that unfolds perfectly, even if it doesn't align with our immediate desires, allows us to embrace the moment. When we trust the process, we open ourselves to the possibility that life is always working in our favor, even when it doesn't seem that way. When we rush through life and try to force things to happen on our own timeline, we miss the beauty and lessons that exist in the present moment. Too much effort can disconnect us from the present and blind us to the opportunities right in front of us. There is a delicate balance between striving for our goals and the natural flow of life. If we push too hard, we may move forward, but we often lose the deeper connection to our surroundings and ourselves. Patience, however, is not about being passive, it is an active form of trust. It is the trust that the universe's timing is always in alignment with our highest good, even when it feels like things aren't moving quickly enough. When we learn to trust that everything happens at the right time, we free ourselves from the fear of having to control every outcome. These waiting periods are not wasted time, they are crucial for our personal growth. They give us the space to reflect, adjust our course, and prepare for what's to come. Trusting in divine timing also means trusting in ourselves and the path we are on. It requires the belief that the universe is guiding us in the direction we need, even if we don't fully understand it at the moment. Every delay has a purpose, every setback carries a lesson, and every struggle you encounter prepares you for the opportunities ahead. When you stop resisting and begin to trust, you create space for life to bring you the relationships, experiences, and opportunities that are meant for you at the perfect time. The people we meet in life, whether for a short moment or over many years, play a significant role in our journey. Each person we encounter influences us in some way and helps shape the person we become. Relationships, whether fleeting or long-lasting, have a purpose for our growth. Sometimes it is the people who challenge us the most who teach us the most valuable lessons. Other times, it is the love and support of those close to us that allow us to thrive and grow. Every person we meet is part of the intricate web of our life experiences, and none of these encounters are accidental. Just as others influence our journey, we also play a role in the lives of those around us. Our words, actions, and mere presence have a ripple effect, touching the lives of those we meet in ways we may never fully understand. Your journey is not only about your own personal growth, it's also about the way you contribute to the growth of others. The encouragement, challenges, and wisdom you offer others help shape their paths, just as they shape yours. When we reflect on the people who have entered our lives, we can recognize the interconnectedness of all our experiences. None of us walks our path alone, we are all connected, learning from each other, and supporting one another along the way. The people who come into your life are there for a reason, just as you are there for a reason in theirs. By recognizing this, you can appreciate the role you play in the larger story of human connection and growth. Every moment of life holds the potential for growth, transformation, and connection, if we are present enough to recognize it. Too often, we get caught up in the past or consumed with worry about the future, missing out on the opportunities that exist in the here and now. The present moment is where life happens. It is the only space where real change, true growth, and authentic connection can take place. When we are fully present, we become more aware of the subtle changes around us and can engage with life in a deeper, more meaningful way. Small, seemingly insignificant moments can have a profound impact on our lives. A chance encounter with a stranger, a fleeting moment of inspiration, or a challenge that pushes us out of our comfort zone can change our path in ways we never expected. These moments, no matter how small they seem at the time, often become the turning points that shape our future. When we are present, we recognize and appreciate these moments as they happen, rather than realizing their significance only in hindsight. Presence is also the key to deepening our relationships with others. When we are truly present with someone, we give them our full attention, empathy, and understanding. This creates space for authentic connections, where both people can grow and learn from each other. By embracing the power of presence, we open ourselves up to a more fulfilling and joyful life, where every moment holds the potential for growth and transformation. Life is not without its challenges, and times of uncertainty are inevitable. But these difficult times are just as important to our journey as the moments of success. Often, we are tested during times of struggle, pushed to our limits, and forced to face deeper truths about ourselves. These phases of uncertainty, though uncomfortable, are the moments that reveal our resilience, strength, and adaptability. Without challenges, we would not have the opportunity to grow. It is often in the hardest times that we learn the most about who we really are.